This is Fitness Blunder's 100 rep abs and obliques workout. In this workout routine, we're going to be going through 5 different exercises for 20 repetitions each for a total of 100 repetitions. We're not going to be using any equipment for this routine except for an optional exercise mat, so let's go ahead and get started. Our first exercise is the mountain climber rotations. Going to come up into that full plank position and start them up. You want to kick that foot underneath you, try to rotate those hips as much as you can, but at the same time keeping those shoulders pretty much parallel to the ground. Try to tuck that knee underneath you as far as you possibly can. Get a good full extension on that leg as you kick it out to the side, rotating those hips. Then drop right back into that full push-up position as quickly as you can. This exercise is predominantly for your abdominal muscles and those obliques, but you're also going to be feeling it quite a bit in your hip flexor, the front of that hip, and the top of your thigh, that quadricep. Just keep that motion going nice and clean, trying to get a full extension every single time, rotating those hips as much as possible. We're almost done. And let it relax. Let's go ahead and move to the next exercise, the diamond chop crunches. Go ahead and get ready. And start up. You want those feet together, those knees kicked out to the side, those feet as far enough away from you as you need to get those hands down between those legs without actually hitting those feet. So you're going to bring those legs up with those knees kicking out to the side at the same time as bringing those arms over top of your stomach. Swing those arms in between those legs, get a nice crunch, trying to feel like you're bringing your hips up and your shoulders up at the same time, kind of folding in half. You want to try to reach through those legs as far as you can with those arms, get a really nice crunch on those abdominal muscles. You're going to feel this quite a bit in those abdominal muscles, really intense burn on those abs as you crunch in. You're going to feel it quite a lot in those lower abs as well as those upper abs because you're lifting those hips and those shoulders at the same time. Now you're also going to feel this quite a bit on the inside of that thigh and the front of that thigh from the angle you have those legs turned from lifting those legs up. We're almost done. It's our last one right there. Let's go ahead and switch to our next exercise, just a traditional crisscross crunch. Hands behind your head, one leg up. Bring that elbow down to that knee. If you want the harder version, don't let that knee come in past that hip joint. If you do, those abs get to release a little bit. They get to relax a little bit. You don't have to work anywhere near as hard to get that elbow up to that knee. So just focus on the hardest version you can. We're almost done. And let it relax. All right, go ahead and switch on to the next exercise, which is a rotating jackknife crunch. Go to a full extension on that body and start them up. Those legs are going to come straight up, and you're going to crunch those hands to the outside of your legs off to the left side. And then as you lay back out straight, you're kind of rolling those shoulders off to the right just a little bit. And then come right back up again to the outside of those legs off to the left, rotating those shoulder blades up off the ground as high as you possibly can. Now you want to try to keep that lower back as flat against that mat as you can the entire time, especially when you extend those arms and legs out in opposite directions. That lower back's going to want to lift up, so try to press it down as tight as possible. All right, we're going to switch sides, so you're going to bring that crunch off to the right side this time. So start up again, bring those legs straight up over top of those hips, then crunch those arms across to the right side of those legs, get a nice tight squeeze, rotating those shoulders as much as you can, then slowly let it back down before you come right back up again. Remember, try to keep those legs as straight as you possibly can, keep those arms as straight as you possibly can. You want all that motion coming from your hip joint, your shoulder joint, and those abdominal muscles crunching those shoulders and hips together. Almost done. This is your last repetition right here. And let it relax. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next and last exercise, the reverse crunch. Get those hips up, hands flat against that mat, rolling those hips up off the ground as high as you possibly can. You want to feel like you're pulling those hips in towards those shoulders and that chest as tight as you can, as close as possible, at the same time as keeping those knees as far away from your chest as you can. So as you crunch in, you actually want to pull those knees, those thighs away from you just a smidge to make that weight stay down on those hips rather than bringing up over top of that chest and making those abs not have to work so hard. So keep those legs away from you, but really squeeze those hips in. And we're almost done. Just 2 more repetitions. It's your last one right here. And let it relax. All right, good job. This workout is complete. You just finished Fitness Blunder's 100 repetition abs and obliques workout.